Hi, welcome to the City of Charlotte's Neighborhood Matching Grants online pre-application workshop. We're glad you have taken this important step to learn about our program. This three-part presentation will teach you about the Neighborhood Matching Grants program and will walk you through our online grant application process. First, we will discuss the program and cover what neighborhoods may apply for.
But before we go too far, we should introduce ourselves. I'm Danielle Fisher.
And I'm Philip Freeman. You will work with me a lot when completing your grant application.
And you'll work with me when seeking reimbursement for your project. Now let's jump into the Neighborhood Matching Grants program.
The city created the Neighborhood Matching Grants program more than 20 years ago. The program awards up to $25,000 of matching funds towards projects that make our neighborhoods better places to live, work, play, and shop. We have 3 application deadlines each year: March 1st, June 1st, and September 1st.
We've supported more than 840 projects to date, leveraging more than $16 million in funding and volunteers. Be creative. Throughout the 3-part presentation, we will feature neighborhoods that have completed matching grant projects. When deciding on a project with our neighbors, all we ask is that you all work together and strengthen your community.
The program has broad goals that seek to engage residents, create partnerships, and improve the quality of Charlotte's neighborhoods. While the program offers financial and technical support, it's the people who really bring these projects to life. It is important to have as many of your neighbors as possible excited about completing a project together.
Next, we will discuss neighborhood eligibility. If any piece of this process seems overwhelming, remember we're here to help. After watching the webinars, please feel free to reach out to our staff with any questions or concerns about the program.
Like most grant programs, we have eligibility requirements. Before applying for a grant, it's important to ensure that your organization is eligible. We determine eligibility based on organization type and median property value. The program only awards funds to eligible neighborhood-based organizations. This typically includes neighborhood associations, neighborhood coalitions, and homeowners associations.
If your neighborhood does not have an established organization, our community engagement team is happy to assist you in forming one. We recognize that many organizations, such as business associations, churches, and schools, do not meet our eligibility requirements. These groups are encouraged to partner with eligible organizations on projects that help accomplish shared goals.
All neighborhood-based organizations must represent at least 25 housing units, have a board and bylaws, and have been in existence for at least 6 months. For neighborhood associations and HOAs, the organization must be managed by neighborhood residents, hold regular meetings, and 75% of members must live in the neighborhood. This ensures that the association is not managed entirely by an outside party with little or no resident contribution. For neighborhood coalitions, represented neighborhood leaders must make up at least 3/4 of the board, and all represented neighborhoods must be involved with board meetings.
In addition to an organizational requirement, we also have a geographic requirement. Roughly 2/3 of neighborhoods within Charlotte meet this geographic requirement. Neighborhoods with a median assessed property value equal to or less than $181,703 are eligible. The median assessed property value dictates the neighborhood's tier of eligibility, which affects the maximum grant award. Additionally, there are select projects that only Tier 1 neighborhoods can receive matching grant funding for.
In the map above, areas that are shaded purple are eligible for the Neighborhood Matching Grants program. However, if your neighborhood is not shaded purple and you think you may be eligible, please reach out to our staff so that we can perform a more detailed analysis.
Neighborhood matching grant projects are meant to be fun, and we encourage your neighborhood to be creative. We will provide examples of completed projects later, but remember that you are free to apply for projects that we have not yet funded. We have some broad requirements, including that projects must provide a public benefit to everyone in the neighborhood.
This means that it should be something that all of the neighborhood residents can be proud of and benefit from, not just the members of the board or residents of one particular street.
Additionally, the project should involve project activities and implementation steps, not just expenditures. It should engage residents in project planning and implementation. Through the Neighborhood Matching Grants program, we want to encourage neighbors to build relationships with one another. This can't happen if people are just buying a bunch of stuff.
Now we will present some projects that other neighborhoods have pursued and completed in recent years. Remember that all ideas are welcome. These are merely suggestions of what you might do. Matching grants have supported organizational development, programming, recreation, and property enhancement projects. Please note that curb appeal improvements and maintenance projects are only permitted in Tier 1 neighborhoods.
Other neighborhoods have successfully completed projects around resource conservation, community gardens, neighborhood cleanup, signage, marketing and branding, and public safety. If you see an idea that interests your neighborhood, please reach out to our staff to learn more.
In recent years, many neighborhoods have also used grants for art and beautification projects and to hold festivals and special events. What will your neighborhood think of? The sky is the limit, as long as you have the support of your neighbors and have an idea to strengthen your community.
While there are hundreds of eligible projects, there are some things that are not eligible for funding. This includes food and beverages, entertainment, operating expenses, salaries, annual plants, entrance fees, raffles, and pine needles or mulch. This does not mean, however, that these items cannot be a part of your project. If applicants pay for these items, they will be considered part of their match.
It's worth mentioning that our program cannot fund the same project twice, nor can we fund an existing project. Please note that grant-funded items are for the sole use of the organization, not individual or personal use. Lastly, grant funds can only cover purchases made after contract signing. We will discuss this in greater detail in the following presentations.
Before wrapping up the first part of our presentation, we will cover some frequently asked questions. First, how do I determine if my neighborhood is eligible to apply?
There are two steps. First, determine if your neighborhood is an eligible organization type. These definitions are found on page 11 of our program guidelines, which are available on our website. Next, determine if your neighborhood meets the median tax value threshold of $181,703 or less. There is a map online where you can type in your address to learn whether your neighborhood is eligible.
Okay, my neighborhood is eligible. How much money can we request?
Great question. Tier 1 neighborhoods can apply for up to $25,000 per application, and Tier 2 neighborhoods can apply for up to $10,000 per application. Remember, your neighborhood can apply for a new grant once you have completed your previous grant.
Got it. So what types of projects can be funded?
All sorts of projects. We fund projects that improve a community's quality of life. That being said, neighborhoods can select which project is best for them.
Remember to include your neighbors when selecting a project, and feel free to contact us if you would like to discuss a project idea.
Can we use neighborhood matching grants to fund a community festival or special event?
You sure can. We can help fund festivals and special events for up to 2 years. You may apply for up to $5,000 in funding for the first year of the event and up to $3,000 in the second year.
Can we apply for funding to replace our fence or entrance sign?
Yes. Tier 1 neighborhoods can apply for funding to improve existing properties or features. Examples include replacing mailboxes, updating a fence, repairing a dumpster enclosure, or resurfacing a parking lot.
Can we use a neighborhood matching grant to improve neighborhood curb appeal?
Yes. Tier 1 neighborhoods can apply for funding to improve neighborhood curb appeal. Note that the matching grant program will help fund materials, but we will not pay for the contractors or applicable labor.
That concludes the first part of our presentation. Please view portion 2 to learn about our grant application process.